Hey everybody, if you're new to investing or you're a seasoned pro, you'll want to know about this. What I'm doing with this video is show you how I use fundamentally to transform my own crypto investments. But we need a little context to understand how fundamentally transforms your investing strategies. Here's the thing. Investing in crypto can be overwhelming. There's thousands of coins out there and it can be hard to know which ones are worth your time and money. Most people end up making emotional decisions, investing without a real strategy, or just copying what other people are doing. That's risky business. What we really need is a structured way to evaluate crypto investments and manage risk, just like professional investors do with traditional assets. Fundamentally, makes investing in cryptocurrencies easier by taking the guesswork out of investing. We keep it simple so you can sleep at night. The key is understanding that every successful investment follows the same basic process. So let's break this down into something manageable. The investment lifecycle has three components: research, risk management, and trading actions. That's it. Everything you're going to do falls into one of those three categories. We figure out what we want to invest in, determine the risk to our portfolio, and then we figure out the actions that we need to make that trade. Fundamentally, makes this really easy for you to do. Let me show you how. All right. So we're in fundamentally. First thing we want to do is figure out what we want to invest in. That's usually the most fun part for me. I usually use the watch list to hold my coin ideas. It lets me remember what I'm interested in. We'll bring up the watch list. Also, I just want to discover new coins. So I'll use the Discover feature to do just that. So we'll click on Discover. Discover lets me go through a list of categories and see what cryptos are listed. Maybe I'm interested in privacy coins. I can choose that category and see what comes up. Great. Cool. So maybe I've started research by checking out the homepage. Maybe I've seen their socials. Maybe I've even reached out to the developers with questions I might have. All in all, I'm actually feeling pretty good about investing in this coin. But how much of my portfolio should I risk? Well, that's what the next step, risk management, is all about. So after we've done all of our research, we move on to the next part of the investment lifecycle. When it comes to risk management, people don't talk about it enough. It's really make or break for your portfolio, and in my opinion, it's the most important action you can take to preserve your wealth. In order to know how much to risk, you have to have a way to measure the asset by comparing it against something. If you're comparing apples, you want it to compare apples to apples in order to get an idea of the range of apples. If you measure apples to oranges, you can't get a correct assessment of apples. Treating assets in the same manner is the only viable way of understanding them. Think about it like this. If you're buying a house, you compare residential houses to other residential houses, not to business offices. If you're buying a family car, you compare minivans to other minivans, not two-seater sports cars. The same is true for crypto. Here's how it fundamentally helps you do this. So we'll click on Analysis Builder. When you first go to the Analysis Builder page, you'll see a pre-selected template group. That template shows you a range of sections, each representing some facet of the asset. Besides each question, you're going to have a maximum score. And what we're going to do is answer those questions for each asset we want to invest in. This template allows us to standardize how we invest. It's what allows us to perform the apples-to-apples comparisons. What makes Analysis Builder so powerful is that we can narrow down our comparisons even further with custom templates. For example, some cryptos are privacy-centric. Others are meme coins. We may not want to compare those two directly. So we can use Analysis Builder to create templates for each category we want to compare. If it's your first time, you can use the built-in template just fine. It was the original template that I used for my comparisons, and now I'm sharing it for everyone using fundamentally. Okay, so now let's see how we can use that template. We'll click on Evaluations. Now here's where the power of fundamentally really shines. The evaluation page is where you manage all your asset evaluations. Okay, so we've chosen the coin that we want to evaluate. Click the Add Asset button. Go ahead and choose the crypto. Select the template from Analysis Builder, and we answer the questions. At this point, all of our research can finally be put to use. We know that these evaluations can take some time. Sometimes you just don't have all the answers. So you can put it in draft mode, save it, and then come back to it later. For now, I'm going to go ahead and just fill this out. Okay, we've done our evaluation. We've answered all the questions. Now, before we go, I want to actually show you something. This is the bet size manager. Your bet size refers to the amount of your portfolio you're willing to bet on an asset. Usually, it's some percentage of your entire portfolio. So, how much should we invest? If the percentage is too high, your portfolio can actually be at risk. If it's too low, then we might miss an opportunity for real profit. We need a way to manage that risk. This is exactly what Bet Size Manager helps you do. When you perform an evaluation on an asset, you get a score out of 100. That score is what drives the suggested bet size. Now, let's say we've answered all our questions and our evaluation gave us a score of 65. Let's look at the sliders. We can see from 0 to 100, 65 falls between 50 and 74. So fundamentally, gives us a suggested bet size of 4 to 5%. Now we have an idea of what we should bet. Generally, lower percentage is better to manage risk. What's great about the Bet Size Manager is that it takes the guesswork out of figuring out how much to invest in. You'll fill out your evaluations, choose the bet size you want, and fundamentally automatically figures out the rest. Last thing I want to mention is this. Bet sizes, like assets, aren't all the same. You may not want to use the same bet sizing for meme coins that you would for privacy coins. So you can make a custom bet size range for your particular use case. Maybe you'll have a stricter sizing for meme coins because of the inherent risk, and thus smaller percentage. Really, it's up to you. We'll save our evaluations. Great, we can see the score, the suggested bet size, and we know what analysis template was used. Let's do some more evaluations and see what happens. Here you can see I've performed a lot of evaluations. At a glance, you can begin to see how the coins stack up against one another. Now keep in mind, these are my evaluations. Yours may look completely different. Let's organize this by analysis. This is where fundamentally starts giving you the investment edge. You don't want to treat all assets the same, so fundamentally gives you the tools you need to be confident in your investments. Think about it. With fundamentally, we've evaluated assets to do comparisons, and now we even have an idea of how much to actually invest. Like I said, managing risk is one of the most important aspects of investing, and fundamentally just gave us the confidence we need to feel better about our investment decisions. We know about the asset, we know about the risk, we even have a way to perform apples-to-apples comparisons. All we have to do next is perform our trading actions. All right, so we'll click on Portfolio. On our portfolio page, we're starting with a hypothetical $20,000 cash starting balance. But wait, how much do we want to invest? Well, we know our score is 65, and we know the suggested bet size is 4 to 5%. So, how much of the asset do I have to buy? Well, we've got you covered. We have a simple calculator tool to figure that out. We see our portfolio value, and then we enter the percentage we want, and then the current price. And now it tells us how much we should buy. Easy. So let's do that. Okay, so we've made our purchase, and let's add it to our portfolio. We'll go ahead and add it here. So we're adding this coin, and then we're deducting from our dollar amount. And that's it. We've covered the entire investment lifecycle, from research to risk management to trading actions. I hope you can begin to see how these tools make your investing strategies easier. Our tools integrate with almost every crypto investing strategy. There's actually so much more to do with fundamentally, and we're going to leave those with future videos. Some of those things are features like performing technical analysis using professional tools from TradingView, using helpful Bitcoin and sentiment indicators, and detailed asset comparisons with enhanced AI summaries. I built fundamentally because I needed an end-to-end solution for my own crypto investments. I needed a way to manage the stress of investing, and man, I couldn't be happier with what I built. It's transformed how I invest, and I want to bring it to everyone else. No more confusion, no more sleepless nights, just easy to manage investments from a single place. Now, over time, we'll be adding a ton of features that give you even more control over your investment strategies. Things like AI-enhanced analysis and reporting, professional tools for family offices and wealth managers, custom grading, social features, so much more. I want you to check out Fundamentally today. Your portfolio will thank you. And I really appreciate you being here with me, and I'll see you next time.